feels great. It feels, look, it's home. It's great to be home. It's really great to be home.
What did you want to impress upon the Vice President during this visit? Obviously, it seems like you knew some of the people who were part of these roundtables before.
Yeah.
What did you want to bring to the table, so to speak?
Well, first of all, I wanted her to see Rhode Island and see our entrepreneurs and our small businesses and how great Rhode Island is and our small businesses. But also, people are still struggling. I mean, we were talking to the women-owned small businesses. It's amazing to hear their stories of struggle. And it just reminds me we have a lot of work to do to be there for businesses and people as they're recovering from COVID.
Other than the financial part of the rescue plan and whatnot, what can you do to get these businesses back on their feet? And we're hearing locally that a lot of small businesses are having a hard time bringing workers back because unemployment right now with the added benefits pays too well.
So first, people are still afraid to go back to work, especially in close contact businesses like restaurants and hotels. Even more than the unemployment benefits, it's fear of going back to work because of health benefits. Or schools are still closed, not so much in Rhode Island, but around the country. So that's a big issue. Small businesses need capital, access to money and capital to reopen. They need a lot of what we heard today is childcare. Childcare is still too expensive, not easily available. People can't go back to work without childcare. And then we continue to hear from folks a need for, mostly from businesses, they need trained workers. So it's honestly, the President's Jobs Package is a lot of what we are doing in Rhode Island, tuition-free community college, job training, apprenticeships, infrastructure, all of these things get people back to work and make the economy stronger.
On the infrastructure point, as a former governor, you know some of the biggest fixes in Rhode Island. What do you think are some of the biggest fixes nationwide, infrastructure-wise?
There are roads and bridges crumbling all around America. Water infrastructure. Every American deserves, clean water. And too many of the water pipes and infrastructure are old. Around here, it might be lead, so that has to be replaced. Trains, airports. And then it's also the, not just bricks and mortar, but the President's calling for a $400 billion investment in the care economy, which is home care workers to take care of our elderly and disabled loved ones. So he's calling for historic investments, and this will be great for Rhode Island if Congress passes it.
What do you find yourself working on? A lot of people may not know what the Commerce Secretary does.
It's a good question.
Especially at a time like this. What do you find yourself working on? I know you've talked about broadband and, again, infrastructure project and getting people back to work, but on a day-to-day basis, what is that?
A lot is manufacturing. A lot of what I am working on is manufacturing, bringing back American manufacturing, whether that's making semiconductor chips in America, making other parts of the supply chain, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, medical products. America has lost 25% of its small manufacturing companies in the past couple of decades. We need to bring that back again. And so a lot of what the Commerce Secretary does is working with industry to reshore. And that's something I'm obviously familiar with from my work here in Rhode Island, and I'm excited to do that.
Back to unemployment. Should there be a way for folks who are unemployed who then get a job to take advantage of some of the funds, the bonus unemployment, that business owners say are kind of keeping them out of the workforce because they keep that bonus unemployment only if they don't have a job?
So I think certain governors in certain states, I know in Montana, they're looking at doing specific things that might respond to the local labor market. But at this point, as I said to Brian, I think the main reason folks aren't going back to work is they're afraid to go back to work, and I support the President's Jobs Package.
And one more for me. I know the VP was asked, but what do you think about Facebook keeping Trump suspended, the former president?
I'm going to give the same answer she did, which is it came out this morning, and I have to, take a closer look at it.
I know you're not really here to focus on Rhode Island stuff. Is there anything you'd want to say to the people of Rhode Island? You didn't really have a goodbye message on your way, with how everything happened. Is there anything you want to say?
I miss you already. It's been a month and a half. I miss Rhode Island. I love being home, and I'm so proud to be from this state.